Morning. I was having a conversation yesterday with somebody about what it is that I do. I was talking about my career and suddenly realised that I've been first went into management I think it's 26 years ago. It was definitely the early 90s when I first became a team leader. And I was talking about all the different things I do and the different ways that I support people. And a lot of it was around team building and supporting people who are going into management for the first time, and communication skills and all sorts of things around there. And she turned around to me, she said, "You know what you are?" She said, "You're a team whisperer." Team whisperer. So she said, yes. She said, the guy with the dogs, the dog whisperer and the horse whisperer, etc., etc. She said, you got so much skills and knowledge around teams. That's where you should be focusing a lot of your effort. And I said, well, yeah, it is teams, but it's really about the people who are managing them. And I still remember that first day, that very first morning of being a team leader. I'd been promoted. I walked into the office yesterday, my team, all these people, they were my friends, my colleagues, my peers. And then all of a sudden I walk in and they look at me differently. And it was almost as if they'd expected something miraculous to have happened overnight. My fairy godmother came in my window at midnight and sprinkled all this, I don't know, team-leadery, managerial fairy dust all over me, and that I'd changed in some way. Of course, I hadn't changed. The only way I'd changed was my job title had changed. And I don't think I was really prepared for the experience. And the team were looking at me and I was looking at the team and I thought, what now? So over time, I gradually put together my set of principles, my founding and guiding principles. And after talking to my friend yesterday, I've written these up ages ago actually, but she said, it'd be really worth sharing those with people who are going through that very same experience at this moment in time. So just become a new team leader, a manager, they've got this team, now what? So if I had to give you any advice, or go back to my younger self and give her any advice, these would be the 5 things that I would say that you should be doing as a new manager, or as a manager in general. Because once you've got a team, you need to start thinking, it's not just about you anymore. You need to start thinking about them, because you want them to do well. The better they do, the better you do. So these are my 5 guiding principles. I'll go through them on the screen. You can't see them that well because it was set up as something for people to download and keep. If you'd like a copy, it's no problem at all. Just put a comment in the box below. Just say, please send me a copy, and I'll make sure that it gets to you. So it's called 5 things you should be feeding your team. Let's have a look at number 1. So number 1, and this is so key, make sure that your team know what it is that you want them to do, where you want them to be heading, the direction. I called it being the sat nav. So every team has a starting place, and there's a place that you want to get to, whether that's increased sales, whether it's something to do with the service you offer, whether it's delivering something. It might be a project. There's lots of different types of teams. Could have a project team rather than just a normal line management relationship, but you've got goals. You'll have been set goals, and you need your team to help take you in that direction. Problem is, we're often not very good at articulating where it is that we need to be. And if we're vague in any way, shape or form, what people tend to do is they fill in the gaps for themselves. And then you've got people that have all got different ideas of where it is that you're supposed to be heading. So it's really, really key that you're able to paint a picture or describe in words where it is that you need people to be. And different people hear different things in different ways. So it may be that you need to say the same thing in lots of different ways to get that message through, and you'll definitely need to say it more than once. Some people are visual, you might want posters up on the wall. Some people like to be spoken to, they're very much more on the audio side of things, so you need to sit down and explain it. You need to draw that picture, make sure it's in people's head, and make sure it's the same for everyone, but you need to do it in every way that's right for every person in your team, and you need to do it often. So number one, be the sat nav, make sure they know where they're heading and guide them on that journey. Number two, people need to know how they're doing. I truly believe that nobody comes to work to do a bad job. Everyone comes to work to do a good job. There may be issues or things that are preventing them, or something that's blocking them their way at this moment in time, or problems that they've got at home that they've brought into work. That may be a myriad of different things that make you think that they're out to do wrong. But I would say 99.9% of cases, people want to do a good job. Doesn't mean to say that they always are doing a good job. So that's part of your role, to make sure that people know when they're doing well and when they're not doing so well, or something that they're doing needs to be changed to get them back on track. So good or bad, your team need to know how they're performing. And when it's good, you need to celebrate that. You need to make sure they know what you want them to keep on doing. When it's not so good, don't leave it. Don't wait for the appraisal or the weekly or monthly one-to-one or the performance review that's every 6 months or whatever. You need to speak to the person there and then. And it's not about them, it's about the task or the action they were doing, and it's part of your role now to help them get back on track. But if they don't know that they're doing something not in the way that you wanted them to do it, you're not giving them the opportunity to put it right. So don't leave it. You need to address it there and then. Number three is expertise and know-how. We can't expect people to do whatever it is that we need them to do, or get us to the place that we need to be, unless they've got the tools and the knowledge and the skills and the information that they need to be able to do their jobs. Doesn't always have to be a training course or something really expensive. You'll have knowledge and skills within your team. It's always a good idea to ask people to share as well. It makes people realise how much you value them if you ask them to share what they already know with their colleagues. It's a real nice thing that you can do for a member of your team. It might be your skills and knowledge that you want to share. It might be somebody with expertise who sits outside of your team that you invite in. But your team need the skills and knowledge to be able to do the job, or to take you to the places and to achieve the goals that you need them to achieve, both for you as a manager and for them as a team and for the organisation as a whole. Number four, and this follows on really, so it's not just about skills and knowledge, it's also about the tools to do the job. And there's a lot of focus on technology, and technology is really important, and everybody works by email, or and you need software and databases, whatever it is, the electronic tools that you need to do your job. But it's also about the coaching, the mentoring, the access to information. And one that I think sometimes gets forgotten, and that's about having a safe and pleasant physical working environment. If people have got the tools and the situation and the environment to do the job, they're going to be able to do it much more easily. And then number 5, and this is one which in the early days it might be a bit of a difficult balance, but it's so important, and that's your time. You're going to get caught up in new distractions. There's going to be meetings that you have to go to that you didn't have to go to before. You're going to have endless to-do lists, reports that you need to write. But please never allow yourself to become so busy that you haven't got time to check in on your team. Stop by their desk, say hi, inquire how they are, find out if they've got everything they need, if everything's okay, if they've got any worries or concern. If you make your team a priority, then they'll make what you're asking them to do their priority in return. So, it's good for them. I think it's good for you. They say an investment of time, and it truly is an investment. So they're my 5 fundamentals. If you'd like a copy of this infographic, so just pop a note in the comments block below, and let me know, and I'll make sure that one wings its way to you soon. I'll see you shortly. Take care. Bye.